Heathen thought of the day.
It's thought time.
Yes, indeed.
Hit me.
You sure? I'm wearing rings, it might hurt.
You can't hurt me.
So, I have been thinking about dreams. Or nightmares, if you
dreams.
prefer. Yeah, dreams. So...
I was doing Beck.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Ah.
Yeah, anyway. I've always had really vivid dreams since I can remember, almost nightly. And yeah, I just find dreams fascinating. I really appreciate that I can wake up and remember, and I often do just lie there thinking about the dreams. But it's such a strange one because the feelings can be so
Real.
visceral. But sometimes as well, dreams that I didn't enjoy whilst I was dreaming it, I then kind of enjoy when I wake up and think about. And also, I know that you, for example, have had inspiration for your stories through some of your dreams.
My stories.
Your little stories.
Well, Heathen came from a nightmare I had, and I woke up in the middle of the night. Classic 3 a.m. I had my notepad next to me, so I just picked it up at 3 a.m. and I just scribbled. And I had this whole page out of nowhere. So I was saying to you, I don't want to write a horror movie. I have no new ideas or whatever.
Yeah,
like
you have
that.
to have a good idea, not just write it for the sake of it.
I didn't want to contribute to the crap that we keep getting. And then from a nightmare, I feel like it was a gift from the universe. They heard me say that I didn't have anything.
You want to be scared? We'll scare you.
And the thing is, the vision that I had in the nightmare it's not even in the movie. It was just the feelings that it gave me, and it all kind of came from there. But sorry, this is your thoughts, so...
No, but I mean, discussion is good, isn't it? I also was going to say that as I've gotten older, as I said, most of the dreams don't have a long-lasting effect on me anymore. And once I've woken up, thought about them, I can put them aside. And also, I learnt a great little trick because going back to the days of my youth, I remember vividly when I was, under 10 years old, I don't know exactly, but there were many times where I have horrific nightmares, and oftentimes with recurring themes. And they were so bad that I would try and stay up at night because I was too afraid to go to sleep. And I developed a trick, which some people apparently can do, clearly, which is that if I got too scared in my dreams, I was able to wake myself up by forcing my eyes open, essentially. So thank goodness I have that, because there were some dreams I did have to escape from. But yeah, I find dreams so interesting because I don't know if
they're fascinating
where they come from.
Exactly, yeah.
It's such a subject of discussion, and obviously there are so many books, websites, whatever, that will tell you certain themes have certain connotations. But I'm not saying I do or don't think that. I'm interested to see what you think.
I was just thinking about myself. I don't really dream that much, though recently, as in the past 3 nights, I have been dreaming. Just such random stuff. But more, I guess more interestingly, there were dreams/nightmares that I had when I was a child, which I still remember now. There were 2 in particular, 2 dreams/nightmares that I had, which the visions are coming into my mind now. So why do I remember those from so long ago? What was the not significance of it, but what was it about those dreams that stuck in my head so much? It was about being beheaded. I didn't get beheaded or anything like that. I escaped, but I was going to be beheaded by the bad guy, or one of the bad guys, because I haven't seen the movie that much. I don't really remember it. But there's this funny faced guy in the Dick Tracy movie, and he was the executioner, and I was in a kind of like ancient Rome. Or something to that effect. Yeah, I don't dream too much, really.
I dream constantly. My favourite is when I can fly.
I've never flown in my dreams, I don't think.
It's great.
Have you heard the theory/possible nonsense that if you're falling in your dream and you hit the floor and die, you won't wake up in real life?
not necessarily the falling part, but yeah, I have heard the if you die in your dreams, you're dead thing, which doesn't make much sense to me. But when I think about it, I don't think I ever have died in my
No, me
dreams.
neither. There is
But I just don't think that's possible, because how could you dream being, I don't know.
there is somewhat of a Heathen has many themes and things that it kind of skims over, but it's not so much about dreams, but there's certainly a dreamlike quality to the regular scenes in Heathen. And David Lynch, not surprising if you watch his movies, that he was influenced a lot by dreams. So yeah, dreams can give you a lot artistically as well.
They're fascinating. Yeah. I have a lot of dreams that could easily, if I was a writer, which I'm not, could easily be turned into great stories. But anyway, enough for today about dreams. Let's have your thought.
Do you know what, after that conversation, I've
You've forgotten.
I've forgotten what my thought was. Well, I'll be back. Yeah, I finally got recovered my thought.
Well, it took you like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it
to
did
be
take me
fair,
2 seconds.
but
Yeah, it's once again, unfortunately, I'm kind of going over the same thing again and again and again. But let's just list these, okay? Resident Evil, The Birds, Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, Anaconda. 3 things that I found out yesterday are being remade again. Now, what moron, what loser is going to take on Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds and think, yeah, I can remake that, I'm going to improve that, I'm going to say something different. Resident Evil, forget it. There hasn't even been one decent Resident Evil movie in terms of terror and fear.
So they're actually remaking it, not just doing another...
It came under remake, so they're like rebooting, whatever their buzzword is, we're starting Resident Evil over again.
Great.
Right? None of them are frightening, none of them are chilling, none of them are any of that. When I played Resident Evil as a game, it legitimately scared me. Like I was almost like scared to move sometimes playing
I think
that
I
game.
played that as well, and I agree. I was the same. That was a freaky game.
And Anaconda, I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a soft spot for Anaconda with John Voight with his accent, Jennifer Lopez, Ice Cube, Owen Wilson.
What a dumb movie.
Yeah, it's a dumb movie, the giant
dumb.
CGI Anaconda, but there's just something about it that I like. Our Hollywood is Hollywood so dead? Our writers so bereft of any original thoughts that they feel, oh, what can we remake now? Let's just go with Anaconda. Let's just do Anaconda, because why not?
I think it's this really sad idea that they have, that like they can't take a chance on something new because it might not be successful, and yet they seem to think still, after so many flops of remakes, including like cartoon to live action or just straight remakes, which, I mean, when's the last remake that actually was successful? It, maybe?
Yeah, probably that.
Financially, because
Financially,
but
anyway.
but think of how many there have been since then, and no one's applauding them. Everyone's like, yeah, it's shit, don't watch it.
Problem is, people keep going to see them. People have to stop going. It's the same thing with football over here. Like, if you want things to stop or be different, stop going. Like, currently people are being just charged through the nose to go and watch these games, and there's never been more money in football in terms of the boardrooms. You got clubs owned by states, you got clubs owned by multi-billionaires. It's the same thing with studios, right? They're awash with money. You just have to stop going, because people are the true power. If you stop going, don't give them your money, then they'll stop doing it. They might have to rethink it. But I don't think people are strong enough, or I don't think there's enough people out there that really care enough. They just think, oh, I enjoy going to the movies, I'm just going to go and see this.
Shall we unionise film viewers?
Yeah, that might be an idea.
Organise a protest.
But I don't ever go to the cinema anymore. I've been dragged to the cinema, to go and see things that you're in, movies that I would never see, but we just go to see you in it. And some of the things I've seen, these are movies that have like $225 million budgets, and it's just mind-boggling how bad they are on so many levels. So yeah, more remakes, more. I just, again, back to The Birds. Who the hell is doing the birds. What executive sat down and go, hey, what we're going to do here? We're going to do a Hitchcock movie. You're just going to fall flat on your face. Like, nothing is sacred.
That also
Nothing
just
is
doesn't
sacred.
seem like the best pick of all the films to
No,
be like,
it
yeah, I think the
doesn't.
younger generation would be interested in this. I feel like, I just feel like that's kind of bottom of the barrel choices of things that would entice the audience in for a remake.
They've already shot their load with let's remake Psycho, and that flopped big time, obviously, because it's just a shot-for-shot remake, apart from the opening. And if that ain't going to work, The Birds ain't going to work. What are you going to do next, like Rear Window or something?
Also, I've been reading a book that was gifted to me about, horror movies from basically the start to now. And there are a lot of super old school classic horror movies that I've never seen. I've just heard the titles of. And again, it's things like that which I'd be more interested in. Something from the 20s when it was, silent film. Maybe take that story and bring it to a newer audience. But when it's things that just, as you say, it's the pinnacle of what it can be, and there's nothing you can improve on, there's nothing you can update, so to speak. What's the point?
Yeah, I'd say the writers out there, I think of names like Scott Teems, the guy that did Halloween Kills, Joseph Gordon-Green, the guy that directed the more recent Halloween movies and the most recent Exorcist movie, and then you got like Jordan Peele and just a whole bunch of writers. Mr. Vanderbilt, who is doing a movie, he's got his hands on a franchise which he's just going to ruin. I would, they're never going to see this, but any of you lot, anyone that's written a horror movie in the past 10 years, you can pick the subject matter, the subgenre, whatever, and we'll go head to head and we'll see who comes out with the best thing, because I will just destroy all of these people. And there's not just me there, I'm sure there are other people out there with way more talent than any of these people have, but it's not about what you know, it's
another
Who
remake. It's not horror, unfortunately, which is obviously what our channel mostly deals with, but that I just completely do not understand was when I first heard that they were doing a new Harry Potter series. I again assumed that, they would choose something else like I haven't seen them, but they're like magical beasts kind of thing. So it's a story we haven't seen portrayed yet.
Mm-hmm.
When I find out that they're literally just taking the exact same story that we already have in film installments, why?
And didn't the last movie of Harry Potter, which was released in cinema, come out in something like 2012 or something like that?
Yeah,
not that long ago.
I'm not sure, because I'll be honest, I did kind of grow out of it a bit as they went on.
So are you saying that there are other kind of stories that they can mine from the Harry Potter world in books, which
I don't know if it's in the books, but there are certainly characters whose histories are, mentioned in brief parts. So, for example, if you take one character, Snape, who's one of the professors, and, he's good guy, bad guy, it's kind of a weird one, but he seems to have something quite interesting in his background. Why don't they explore that? And that's the same.
So you want like an origin story,
I guess, and that would have been the time when Harry Potter's parents were at school as well, so you would have had them in it. It's just something I think fans would be more interested to see that fleshed out, or
it's a bit like
Dumbledore's history.
We haven't seen the movie yet because unfortunately when I first heard of it I thought, it sounds pretty cool, but when I seen the trailer it looks pretty bad, and that's the Last Voyage of the Demeter, where they just take a bit of the Dracula novel, the trip from Transylvania to London, I believe, on the ship, and what goes on the ship. Again, just take bits from a large story and concentrate on making that. Yeah,
flesh it out. There are so many characters that you could make stories based on what's written in the books, but then just flesh it out a bit.
Do people want new stuff though? Sometimes when I read reviews on people hating on movies, they'll say, yeah, where is the new stuff? Whereas I've kind of answered my own question. There are people out there, I'm sure millions of people out there,
there's a
that
lot
want
of people
to see
that are sick of
fresh
remakes
stuff and are sick of remakes, sick of reboots, sick of all of that kind of stuff. So why isn't any studio, any kind of production company taking chances on new stuff? And I'm not talking about new stuff which is just throwaway. It doesn't mean anything. I'm talking about like real pieces of writing. Yeah. I'll just implore everyone just not to go to the cinema and watch these fucking stupid, Anaconda. Give me a break. Give me a break. Don't go and see that in the cinema. Don't go and see The Birds in the cinema. Don't go and see New Resident Evil in the cinema. I don't go and see these movies. It's not that I don't want to go. It's that I refuse to go. And,
we need you
and contribute
to not go
to the dross that keeps being put in front of us as entertainment.